We went through many things, including.
I heard the table story today. I didn't know the storm destroyed it.
You remember the storm? No, the storm didn't destroy it. Somebody threw a rock through it.
Last time I saw the table, brother, the Metal Maniac was sitting at it.
Metal Maniac was holding court on my 50th.
Your birthday.
My 50th birthday. Remember that? Yeah. We had a huge ass 50th birthday party.
Yeah, that was what 16 years ago. Right?
Man.
Oh man. Rough. So you know what? I have to ask this. You guys seem to get heat over what happened with Ken Shamrock.
You mean heat?
Heat.
Well, I don't know. I mean, people get mad about it.
Well, like who? And here comes Knobs. Knobs is back in the scene.
Knobs is back.
Go get a seat, Knobs.
He's already. I didn't know you.
We're already.
You didn't know I took over the stage. So let me ask you a question. Who grabbed Shamrock's friend's tits?
What?
That's all I want to know. Which one of you grabbed Shamrock's friend's tits?
Nobody.
Shamrock claims that Sags almost killed him, and that Knobs grabbed his friend's tits.
No.
That's an old.
Old story.
Yeah.
Pass.
It was a
talking about it.
It was
Jeez,
just a bad.
1989.
It was a bad experience, and it ended up bad, and we're all. I think we're all past it, but they got.
I'm not sure Ken is.
Our nice friends in our business keep, our buddies stir the shit. They stir it up.
Oh yeah, I love to do it.
Let's watch Shamrock beat Sags on the head.
Well, you know what?
I'm
going to change the subject.
To get them all fired up.
And we were all drinking, so everybody's drunk. So this weirder stuff happens when you're blitzoed, especially when you're young. You're talking 89.
Yeah, but what about when Brutus? What about when Brutus
That's
shoved?
Monty calling from beyond saying change the subject.
What about?
Okay.
Hey, what about?
All right, Mike.
What about when Brutus shoved Drew around?
Did that really happen?
Remember you were crying.
I think that was Missy shoved me around.
Yeah.
Listen, I change the subject. I remember in Queens, New York, approximately 4 or 5 years ago, there was an event at Citi Field called Legends of Wrestling that I happened to be a part of, and I just remember sitting in the locker room, and Bill Goldberg is giving a speech, and he says, "Guys, can you just imagine? Can you imagine this? This is a surreal moment. Knobs is running the event."
Yeah, Ric Flair said that too, but
and you did a bang-up job, man.
Yeah, well, back in the day, me and Jimmy started the XWF with Greg.
Yep.
Greg the Hammer, and that was after they got rid of WCW, so there was not a group out there, and we only had the guys for 60-day contract, and we were trying to sell the tape and get it edited, and all the guys Vince got rid of, he started picking back off again. That's why I figured, when Jeff started his league, after us in the same place, Vince never went after him at once, but we had everybody. We had, our announcers were Tony Schiavone and Jerry the King Lawler. We had Bobby the Brain Heenan, the Road Warriors, Snook. I mean, everybody. Everybody that, when this was in...
was this the Goldberg versus Steiner?
No. This is pre that.
I'm thinking of that.
This is pre that.
Okay.
This was right after Vince bought WCW. There was no other company.
Gotcha.
And I came up with this idea, and we got it back, and we shot it Universal or Disney. I think it was Universal Studios.
Okay.
And we at the time, Vince was getting rid of all the older guys, Mr. Perfect, everybody, and out of a job. And then Hulk called me up and said, "Hey, can I wrestle?" And we put him against Mr. Perfect. Bobby the Brain was Kurt's manager, and that job right there, and the fans were still behind him, and he still had the Hulkamania. And that next year, we shot it in November, WrestleMania 18, he wrestled The Rock, and Hulkamania went running wild again, back to the red and yellow, and and what a great match he had with The Rock. You know what I mean? So
sure.
Yeah, so I did that, and then I came up with this Legends of Wrestling, and that was to do it for Major League Baseball, NHL. We did it. We did almost every major league sport where we take a bunch of legends, come there early, sign, tell stories, then sign autographs in the baseball game to help some of the baseball teams out when they weren't doing so good. The Rays started it in 2007, and I was their 10th man. Coming on the board to cheer everybody up. And then it went to football and everything like that. And then the one guy that was my student, Frank Santini, he said, "Hey, you should start, get everything trademarked and
Yeah, but
everything
then
like
Drew
that."
wrestled on that card, and that was it for the company.
Hey, but we still sold out a
I never
45
seen
seat
such a
arena
match.
in
My God.
Detroit 2 years in a row.
Oh, there he is over there.
On
That's
18th
that is him.
And,
Didn't he wrestle Marco?
2018, 2019, and then
Did
this year
you
was
wrestle
canceled,
Marco?
but then it started spreading
Or the
out.
Hammer.
to
Did you wrestle
other
the Hammer?
I
corporations
wrestled
wanted us in
Hammer
there,
managed me
you
on
know?
that show.
Hammer,
So we're
that's a
pretty
good deal.
and I'm still having it.
I like
ever
that
since
combination.
This COVID,
Order in a court. We got two different conversations going on.
Oh.
Andrew, rule number one. Go on. Nubs.
ever since
Well, when he took over, brother, he takes over.
ever since the
It's his show
the
now.
COVID, it knocked everything down. There's there's no fans that even know sporting events. So why would they need people to fill the buildings? But we did the Pittsburgh Pirates, 37,000.
Nice.
It was me, him, Kurt Angle, Booker T, Tito Santana, Scotty Steiner. Then Scotty, they had the Progi race, and Scotty popped out and clotheslined the one guy. That made Major League Baseball ESPN. And then the one we did down in for the Florida Marlins, Goldberg was throwing out the first pitch. So he says, "Hey, I want to spear somebody." So I took the guy that was my partner now, Frank Santini, and he knew how to wrestle. But the Colorado Rockies wouldn't give him a jersey, so he wore a purple jersey, and he found a Colorado Rockies hat. So after Bill threw the pitch, he went out like making fun of him, and walked out between the pitcher's mound and the catcher's, the home plate, and Bill speared him and got a big pop, and that hit ESPN and all over. So it really helped the company out. You know what I mean? So
And you had 2 great years in a row with Detroit's Legends of Wrestling.
yes,
Sold out
it
houses in the
both
hockey arena.
times. And we had we had Flair both times, but we had Sting, Animal, Ted
Rikishi.
DiBiase. I mean, everybody you can think of. And then the next year we switched around with all other kind of legends, and we had it was just the Detroit's people are always emailing us to our Legends of Wrestling the website and the Facebook and that stuff. When are you coming back to Detroit?
What about that, guys?
Because
How about the live event stuff that the Corona crap did?
Well,
that's what I
That's
said.
crazy.
That's
You know
put
what I
a
mean?
stranglehold on
I
everything.
mean, look at it. Ain't just not right watching the sports without the fan reaction.
No,
there,
it doesn't feel right at all.
It
Guys,
doesn't
while I
feel
still
right.
got you here, I wanted to ask you two quick things, very
Okay.
important to me. What do you consider the greatest moment of your career? Is it WrestleMania 7 when you defeated the Hart Foundation at WrestleMania?
Most definitely.
Does it get any better than that?
No.
And
Most
what's your
definitely.
opinion, while I have you here, and while it may be common knowledge, I would just like to hear it from myself. What is your opinion on the man who basically gave you the biggest platform to perform off in your career, Vince McMahon? Where do you sit with Vince McMahon today?
We sit good. I mean, we're just, he's a businessman, and now since he took it public, he's a billionaire, and, it's like anybody working for the boss is always going to be the boss. So, you take the good with the bad, but, he was always good with us, and Shane's used to drive with us. He roomed with us for 3 months, and the last time he was in a room with us, he was close to home. I don't know if it was Hartford, Connecticut, and he called his dad and said, "Okay, Dad, I'm going to stay with the Nasty Boys tonight." And all of a sudden, you hear this, "Yeah, okay, yeah, Dad, okay, all right, okay, I'll see you soon." And he hung up the phone, and he said, "Dad won't let me stay with you guys no more." I said, "Why? What did we do?"
What did we do?
But we were, teaching him because